and it is the Champions Cup final on the PS4 between Orcs and Dwarfs. So it's Thousandfold Death, coached by Shagrath, against very fun much wow, and he is coached by Blobskills, if I remember correctly. My co-announcer for the final this season is the one and only Trippers. Welcome, buddy. Glad you could join me in the early. Well, I say the early hours. What time is it where you at? Where you are?
It's 11.
Oh, piece of
Yeah,
cake for you
it's
then.
11
Yeah,
a.m. So it's quite
not a
comfortable for me.
problem. Yeah, it's typical. So there's only poor old me, nice and early. Let's have a look at the teams. Let's start off with the dwarf team, who absolutely smashed Aswin, who was going for a hat trick of Champions Cups, and how can I put it? I spoke to a lot of coaches, and a lot of coaches of dice envy of a Blobskills dice. He did it to Sullivis early on in the competition, where his dice were just insane and was killing and injuring players left, right, and centre. And in his semi-final against Arzawin, when Arzawin looked like he had the advantage, the second half he just went crazy dice again. And it's going to be a bit more tougher today because obviously he's against the Orcs who have Armour Nan. I don't know if you've got the team sheet up, Trip, but I did say
I
in the
have dwarf.
semi-final, I really love the build of these dwarfs. I really like, you've got your Plenty Guard, Mighty Blow, Stand Firm. I love this team. What do you think of this team? Anything you like or dislike?
No, I like it. It's a no-nonsense build. I do not like stat downs, but I guess it's a question on when they got them, and I have no answer on that. Otherwise, this is pretty much bread and butter. The dwarf team who should be winning games without any luck involved. It's
Yeah,
uh,
it is a bit bizarre because some people were saying to me, "Oh yeah, well, the PS4 can't be that good because this guy hasn't got a great record on the PC." I think someone said he's never got to a playoffs before. It comes onto the PS4 and is in the final. People was taking,
Say that to Jimmy Fantastic.
was it Jimmy Fantastic? Was it?
No, no, save that to Jimmy Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Well, as far as playoffs go, you don't have to only be good, you have to be lucky as well. And, well,
Yeah, yeah.
it,
I mean that's it,
it's
isn't it?
essentially whoever is in finals is lucky at least.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen a couple of his games, and his dice have just been insane. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but I think when you're in the finals, you've got to have a bit of luck or some good dice. And this guy, the two times I've seen him play, has just had amazing dice, and his opponent's left with no players. And as you know, Trip, if we're against 4 or 5 players for a half, more times than not we're going to win, and that's basically what's happened. He's got the attrition in. I mean, all that mighty blow, it's there for a reason. I mean, he's got 8 of them, and I think he's going to have a chance, but he is against AV9, so the Orcs should be built for it. Shagrath, who has got to a final before when he got knocked out, when he got beat by Azawin, gets another chance at the final. And then I look at his team, and I don't know, it just doesn't look as good. um, but then again, you see the strength 4, so he's got plenty of strength 4. He's still got plenty of guard. He's got 7 guard. I mean, mighty blow wise, you'd think it's pretty good. 1, 2, is that 5? But again, it's against 8 mighty blow, so it just feels to me he's a bit outgunned. He does have the strength advantage. And the dwarfs only have the 1 troll slayer, so that may help him. Anything you like or dislike about this Orc team, Trip? If you're still there.
Oh, sorry, I had myself muted. I just like Dodge for this particular matchup. It will be 60 TV wasted.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, you
Uh,
don't know who you're going to play though, do
as
you?
as 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 well as tackle. So 60 TV wasted more. So 120 TV utterly wasted by matchup. So I'd put dwarfs as 80 TV. So 80 and 60 whole wizard worth of TV wasted. Uh, so I would put dwarfs as better optimized team for this matchup to
Yeah,
win.
yeah. I mean, the only thing I think going for Shagrath is that he's obviously got the strength. And the problem is like you've just said, them two blitzers who've been causing carnage because the blodged off end pieces, that really won't come into play as much because obviously most of the dwarfs have got tackle. So, but I mean, Shagrath's a very good coach. One thing we have to make people aware of, and I'll probably try and make people aware as we go through the stream, is Shagrath has had to play at 4 a.m. in the morning in a final. What is crazy. I will be having a word with the admins because this is becoming very common at the moment where one coach is trying to railroad the other coach into playing at a ridiculous time. And it's becoming ridiculous. It's like coaches. I mean, he may not be doing it, Blob, but it just appeals to me. We had Cheney on the Xbox, where basically Wilhelm Cheney not once but twice railroaded his opponent into playing on a certain day at a certain time. And his second opponent played some like 6, 7 in the morning. It's like people trying to get an advantage where they're nice and fresh and their opponent is really tired. And when you're playing a Champions Cup ladder, the agreement is you've got 7 days and you've got to work with your opponent to do a best time. Now, when you've got people like Shagrath who could play just about any day of the week, and you've got one guy saying I can only play at this time, to me, if it had come to me, we would try to reschedule it or do something because this is not fair on Shagrath at all. Playing 4 a.m. in a final. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, as well, is it's really early in the morning, so it's not going to get as much exposure. So, yeah,
He's not drunk.
he's not drunk, so that's good. Shagrath won't be drunk, so that is one good thing. But, yeah, he's not happy. I won't be happy.
Well, in my humble opinion, one coach's personal problems should not become the other coach's personal problems. So
yeah.
if you are the one with limited scheduling, it should be you playing at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., or whatever night. Unless it's, of course, work trip or whatever, you just come back a bit later. But then again, if it was travel-related stuff, it shouldn't be a problem to extend those 7 days into 10 or whatever.
Yeah,
And that's not done.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, it was a big cloud over the Xbox with William Cheney, and again now on the PS4, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. I mean, obviously the game's going to start in a minute now, guys. We're just waiting, and this is the big final, and Shagrath on to play at 4 in the morning. That's just not right. To me, that's just ridiculous, and For his opponent to say this is the only time he can play in 7 days, but the thing is, a lot of these players who say they can only play at this time, when they was in the ladder, they had no problems playing at any time. But now in the final, I don't know. It just, I mean, it is the Easter period as well. I don't know whereabouts, if it's UK based or what. But to me, it's just confusing, and like I say, it's. I appreciate that there's real life and that takes precedent, but you should also know that when you come into a Champions ladder, that you've got to be flexible, and if you can't, then there's a good chance you may be disqualified. Shagrath saying the time difference and holiday weekend doesn't help much. Yeah, but I mean they could have played this though during the week.
I think in general it would help actually a lot, especially since this is final. The win or lose, how much is it? €300 difference.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
300 euro game. Don't tell me if it's wife issues. You couldn't say to your wife, hey, I have 2 hours to make €300.
Yeah,
And I need some room. If we are going to parents, we will come a little bit later, or whatever. It is worth
yeah,
time spent. And
yeah.
if,
I mean,
if your wife does not agree with it, I'm not the one to judge, but
yeah. The thing is
maybe you
though.
have made some bad decisions in your life.
Yeah. Tizzle Bizzle, yes, it is Trippers with me, yes, who we can hear. The thing, I don't know. It's two, like you said, it's going to be a maximum of 2 hours. But to me, I mean, I'm not trying to have a go blob skills, but to blob skills, this is fantastic. If I'm playing at my normal time and I've got my opponent playing at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's got to be a massive advantage because it's not a time you usually would play a game. I mean, I played my Fable game earlier today, 2, 3 in the morning. And my opponent, he's a nice lad. He said, "Oh, I'm at work," and it's like, "Well, yeah, I've just done a 9-hour shift. I've come home, and I've had to go within an hour. I've had to go and play my Fable game. Then I don't get to bed till about 4. Then I've got to obviously get up and stream this. Um, but it's just becoming a bit too more prevalent. Like one coach is all like flexible, and the other coach wants to play at a certain time, and that's the issue I've got. It's not like they've got a couple of days. It's like, oh, I must play at this time, and this is what Cheney was doing. I must play now, or I must play at this time. What I know is ridiculous time for you, but I don't care because it gives me the advantage. And it feels to me that coaches are trying to manipulate their opponent to get any advantage possible. And this is something I'm definitely going to have a word with my admins because we can't have this.
Certainly, just setting a clear ruling would certainly help coaches in Shag's
Yeah,
position because you would have to haggle less. I have no doubt Shag has considered if playing 4 a.m. Is bearable for him or impossible, but
yeah,
uh, uh, in general, you should know exactly your room from
yeah.
anywhere. So
Right.
I have no
Anyway,
doubt you will
yeah.
set some ruling.
Right. The final is on Tripura, so I'm just loading it in now. So finally, the talking is over. And now we get down to the real stuff. I did ask Shag if he knew what the inducements were. Shagrath is expecting him to scum a wizard, and he has. And you can't blame that. I would have done exactly the same thing if I could afford a wizard. And that is the only difference, I think, in the teams as a wizard. So that's a big advantage. And the Orcs are just setting up. I don't know who's got the fan favourite. And the Dwarfs have got the fan favourite as well. So the early momentum is with the Dwarfs. And it looks like the Dwarfs are going to receive as well. Shagrath's going to his interesting formation. And cleverly making sure he's at least 4 squares away from the Dwarfs. So the Dwarfs have to do GFRs if they don't bash anything bar the 3 on the line of scrimmage. So should be interesting. And
That is, I would say that is ultra conservative.
yes,
In general, in such matchup, at least from my experience, both watching and playing, uh, casualty rates are usually quite low because they are highly armored and they do not have any tools to fight high armor. They can't even foul effectively, so it's AB9 all the way and no reasonable way to decrease armor. Well, if
yeah,
orcs would have had a goblin or two, then they would have cheap expendable fowlers, but now it's case by case.
yeah. The both teams have got 1 extra on the bench, so it's 12 against 12. Here we go. Here comes the first kick of the final. So good luck to both coaches, and here we go. Just waiting for the waiting for the Orcs to kick off. Come on, kick that ball. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Oh, throw a rock, but obviously the inducement
Boo!
stops that.
What terrible
Oh,
stadium enhancement.
dear me.
Terrible stadium enhancement, denying fun.
That's Shagrath for you. He's failed the Dauntless, but it doesn't matter. He's got enough guard, and oh, down he goes. And already an armor break, and there you go again. Blob
Not a biggie.
skills. He
Not a biggie.
loves breaking shit. Does blob skills, and there you go already. AV9. Puh. Doesn't matter.
I
Not to
suspect
him.
solving the problem of that Troll Slayer will be essentially the core,
Yeah.
well, thing for the game, as he's the only proper killer piece on Dwarf team.
Yeah.
And if you can contain him, it would become more of a chess-like game with clever positioning, some Age 2 shenanigans, perhaps, and
Yeah.
without much things going out of control for both coaches.
Yeah, but that's a nice start for the dwarfs, getting one off the pitch already.
Yeah, but as offense, you effectively have 10 players to work with, or with dwarves perhaps even less as you want to cage, because you have to protect the ball. So,
Yeah.
while removal is important, it's certainly not a game changer.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting slugfest for sure. There was an Orc versus Dwarf final on the Xbox a couple of seasons ago, and the Dwarfs tore through the Orc armor, no problem. So I wonder if we're going to see something similar here. Oh, just a push, and that can be a stand firm.
Interesting for stand farming. It seems Blobsk wants a connected game for this one because it would not have been wise to follow up with that Black Orc, meaning that Longbeard would have been free, but this is a tactical decision.
Yeah, he likes to, and the thing is, I don't mind it because obviously he's got plenty of guard, plenty of stand firm, all sticking together. I really do like the way he's built the team. It's a standard No Frills team, but when you see it in action, it's so good.
Even more
Yeah,
impressive, he maintained a lot of them healthy because, well,
yeah,
in a lot of games, essentially, you have holes in development
you
of
do.
Loganbeards because, well, some of them just die
Yeah,
because they are so exposed to bloodshed.
yeah, especially Claw. But no, he's
They're
done well.
they're base.
So let's see what the dwarfs are gonna do.
Another interesting tactical decision here by Shagraf. He decided not to try preventing cage forming for dwarves. I'm not exactly sure. I
Thing is,
support that decision.
the thing was, it was so passive. It was so far back. He probably couldn't anyway.
Well, just basing. You could have at least based something with Troll and Blackhawk
Hmm.
through strength advantage, which would mean if Blob would have wanted to hit them, he would have to commit more than one player,
Yeah.
which in turn would serve in making weaker cage.
Here comes the piling on. I think a lot of the time,
Piling
I
on
think the
without
yeah, I think he's
armor
done
break.
that. I think he's done that because he doesn't want to get hit. I see that a lot where they'll just pile
Yeah,
on to protect the player, and if someone wants to hurt them, we've got to foul them. So I see that's risky. So yeah, I can
yeah,
see why he's
especially.
done that. But yeah, he's held five of his orcs in reserve. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. See, his problem is he's got. You see, the orcs are used to bullying people with guard. They've come up against a dwarf team what outguards them quite considerably. So it's going to be interesting to see what Shagrath does, because I don't think Shagrath, although he wants to have a fight, he doesn't want to get everything tied up. And there's a lot of stand firm.
It's as if Shag is planning an elfish game or just
Yeah.
calling the defense. No, it seems not. Troll is finally engaging. Does he have a shot at the ball with Blitz 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
No,
6? With
not
two
unless
dodges,
he's
he has
yeah. he's not going to try anything crazy like that.
I would consider that. Uh,
Are you on about the? Are you on about the? I mean, I'm looking at it from the Oaks view. Are you looking at the? Is it? Oh, in fact, here we
this
go.
one, exactly.
Oh, there we
No,
go.
it's just attack, but he can base the ball carrier if
Yeah,
he
that's
wants to dodge out. But mm, I think he can't. No, no, it's not worth it.
no.
Yeah. Well, there's no need to hurry. I think I have played too many risky races lately, so I'm just thinking like, if it's possible, I should try because on Pathfinder I stand no chance, but certainly Orcs stands a chance.
This Stanfirm, I mean, it's such a good skill, is Stanfirm. Really is.
Yeah, definitely. But in this case, Shag really needs to threaten ball carrier because dwarves are connected. If this proceeds, I foresee Orcs losing the attrition game. So essentially, you do want to force some positioning out of dwarves.
There we go. He's going to come down the left flank. He's going to try and see if he can put some pressure on the dwarfs, but
Well, but 4 dwarves are free, so you can still make
just make the
an
cage.
old-fashioned cage.
Ooh, rookie league
Okay,
on PS4. Sam, who's an admin, a PS4 admin, he has a league called the Blood and Tears. That's a really good league to start off with, Kaddish. So I'd
You can
recommend
also
that.
try MML.
Don't try
Is there
MML.
any?
You don't try MML. No, we can't have
Hey,
MML. Don't go there.
Bunny, it's your personal problem. You
No,
have to be fair
don't go MML.
with
Don't
the
go
guy.
MML. No, don't go MML.
Is there any bad league for a rookie?
Yeah, of course there is. MML, terrible league.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom, I'm not trying to wind you up. No, I wouldn't. I don't like, you are right. I don't like Preach, but he's a yeah. We'll go into that. Yeah, Tribal and Tears. It's a really nice league. That's what I would recommend. And it, like I said, Sam's one of the PS4 admins, so he'll look after you. And the group have a lot of nice people without the soap opera bullshit. So yeah, Blood and Tears, go there. Best place to be. But anyway, back to the Blood Bowl game. It's interesting to see how he's doing this. He's not scared, like you said. He's not scared to get involved in just a bash. Here comes that Troll Slayer again. What's he gonna do now? Has he gone for the Black Hawk? Surely not. He has. Ah, clever, brilliant play. Stand firm with the dwarf, brilliantly played there. And here comes the diving piling on. And do we have an armor break? No. Cleverly played there, uses his own stand firm. God, how long did it take you to get that? I tell you, we're gonna lose all viewers, Trip. Oh,
You should have let it go.
Hey, I'm offering a great service to new players to make sure they go in the right league.
There's no right league. You don't know the player.
It's my duty. Oh, here we go. Red Skull. Red Skull. Yeah, it is a Red Skull. But why would you go?
It's a Red Skull. Oh, why would you?
Ooh, Trip. I think you've put him off with that horrendous music.
Well, makes for a more interesting game.
He was playing solid until he started banging that crap out. Dear me.
I'm sorry. Why would he try that red eye?
I don't know.
Not paying that much attention.
I have.
Was that miscalculation in terms of guard or
I don't. Maybe. But no, but he was hitting the troll.
Was it irrelevant?
No.
He was hitting the Black Hawk without blocks.
Oh, was he?
So that's a reasonable red die if you don't care about.
Yeah.
That
anything but skull,
he
isn't it?
rolled that, so yeah. but he rolled
Yeah,
that, so I'm
interesting.
not sure what value that block had. I'm just confused.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. A bit of a strange one, that one. I don't know what was more stranger, the choice of music or the player. Because he didn't have to do it, did he? I'd have been more tempted to make Shagra try to do a two die block with an unblocked player.
Well,
But
maybe he had to, but I don't see
the advantage
why
of
he
doing it.
had to, and
Yeah.
you don't see why.
No, I don't.
But sometimes when a player is in the zone, they are thinking quite a few turns ahead,
Yeah, yeah,
which is of course easy when you are the one making decisions, and perhaps maybe we just don't see
yeah.
what
No.
was meant. He's
Yeah.
positioned in one side, so perhaps he wanted to form some sort of wedge.
I mean, the thing is, in the semi-final, Arzuin basically locked down the dwarfs. They just couldn't get it done. In the end, they was unlucky with a failed GFI on turn 8, but Arzuin locked it down pretty well. And I'd expect Shagrat to be able to do the same. Will we see the wizard? It'd be interesting to see. But at the
Hmm.
moment, it's still early days, isn't it? But the dwarfs don't seem to be moving very far. But yeah,
Yeah, and they are losing on strength advantage because there are like three guys locked with two orcs, which is good value. Black Orc will be free after dealing with Longbeard, providing protection.
yeah.
They are a bit outpositioned there.
It seems a bit of a, I don't know. It just seems a bit messy. Like he's expecting the orcs cannot dodge, so he's all right where he is. But I
They
don't
can dodge,
know.
and you should consider dodging in such matchups.
Oh, there's
Oh,
another one.
that's lucky. That's lucky.
And this is I'm sort of now getting it in my
Oh,
oh
oh, it's
oh
important. Shag recognized the importance of that.
ooh.
Yeah,
I was just
that it.
about I was just about to say this is how I think Blob plays. It just engages, and does loads of hits, and just hopes to get the man advantage. This is what he did against Aswin. Didn't work first half, second half it worked to charm.
He
Um,
might have to retreat now because orcs could quite easily get to the ball carrier provided a string of lucky powers. Well, not that lucky, essentially. He needs to have just enough luck.
yeah, I mean this Black Orc, I can't even pronounce the name, Front Swine or
Yeah.
whatever. He can get rid of his
That blitz next to that Black Hawk can be freed up
yeah,
to blitz the ball carrier.
yeah,
Stand firm or no stand firm.
yeah. I mean the Orcs need to
He's
do some damage.
considering whether to pick up the Troll Slayer as well,
Mm,
because it actually could push that blitz in contact with ball carrier and no, uh,
oh,
nothing
interesting.
needed. Yeah, it's time for desperation plays. Not good enough,
Hmm.
but no stand. Still,
Yeah,
still,
interesting.
they recognize they have more players, but you can still free players. I think Black Hawk could come in from backside now, provided a few lucky blocks. He
I could
shouldn't
see.
have stood up him.
I think we're going to see a one die blitz dodge from Shagraths.
I think you can do that without dodgers.
Do you think? Yeah, he could do. If he gets them two down there, he could. The two Black Hawks could free and Rotdar if need be, or chain
Yeah,
push maybe.
that was a mistake. That was a big
Yeah,
mistake.
getting the troll up.
Oh no,
He's got
yeah,
stand firm.
he has to stand firm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
yeah. A
I was
lot of
thinking
these.
about chain pushing, but still, there's like really no value in
Yeah, apart from
standing
getting a
up
mighty
that
blow.
troll. Yeah,
Well, you say, oh god, I mean, you say that, but he stops the York from coming across to the left. That's why he's put the Troll Slayer up.
Yeah, but what value would have
Well, to
had
stop
that
the blitzer
blitzer?
from coming across. That's the reason why he's done it, to stop the blitzer being able to go across to
Yeah,
the
but
left.
what would that blitzer do?
Well,
He
it
can
can
still
cover.
dodge at agility 3, even if he's alone with that rolls there.
Yeah, but he only moves 6, so if he really wants to go, well, I don't think he will, but if he wants to go anywhere near the side, he could do, and he won't be able to touch him. But it's, oh, there we go, that's big, and we finally have an armor break, and it's just a stand firm, and that just makes it a bit more awkward. Now he needs to get rid of this other, oh god, he's got stand firm on this, everything on it. This blitzer needs to go
Yeah,
down, and he gets it
so
down.
so you need fouls.
There we go. Now there we
So
go. Now there's a
one blitzer
chance.
free.
Now,
Just one die, I guess, with tackle.
well,
But
no,
one
because
die.
he'll knock the other one down as well if he can. Oh,
Yeah,
and there we go. A knockout for
finally.
the Orcs. And this is something the Dwarfs haven't seen much of. Everyone plays leaving the pitch. And no thick skull saving him here. And now there is a 2-die on the ball. And it will be a tackle piece.
Nobody to pick up for, but
Doesn't matter.
nobody on
If you can get the ball loose,
on
that
dwarf side to pick up.
could be glorious to get this done here. If you can get it, here we go. This is big. First big thing in the final. Here we go. And down he goes. The Orcs have got the ball
Don't
loose.
follow up. Don't follow up.
He can't. He's got fend unless he doesn't use fend.
Uses that.
Being to see where. Oh, he's going there. Oh, that's a lovely scatter for the Orcs. That's
Yeah,
a lovely
have to pick
scatter.
up. Have to pick up.
I would. I'd be going for the JFI and picking that ball up. I can't see anybody
Yeah,
else who can get
dodge.
free.
That runner can do that. You still have 3 rerolls for
Yep.
4 turns if you don't use one this. You don't need 3 rerolls for 4 turns on a team which just dashes with block all around.
Well, he's thinking about it, but I think you've got. I mean, you've got to go for this ball. I mean, we know he's got to. Oh, he hasn't. Maybe he's scared of the wizard, but without him in hand,
He
he shouldn't be.
doesn't even try to block a long bet. That's ultra conservative.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to put. He doesn't want to push him next to the ball, does he? That's a smart play from Shagrath. But I would have gone. I would have. Oh, man, I would have definitely gone for the ball. But he's decided. I'll wait till next turn. He's obviously happy in the position he's in. And, and like I said, this is what's backfired for the Dwarfs, is because his strength has become his weakness. And there goes the wizard. Oh, and the armor holds.
No.
Interesting. Shagrath will be extremely happy that wizard's gone.
In Vendor, Shagrath won this 9 game.
Yep.
This does not put Blob any closer to real scoring threat, but he did spend his wizard there.
So, yeah, Shagrath's getting this done. Dwarfs aren't happy. They've had to use a wizard. So, yeah, I mean, Shagrath's such a fantastic coach. We know how good Shagrath is. We don't know much about Blob skills because apparently he's a PC coach. So...
Oh, he's good enough to be in finals.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't know much about him. He's in a regular on the PS4, so it's not like we know much apart from obviously he getting to this final. Well, obviously, like you said, he's very, very good. There we go. Picks the ball nicely. Where's he going to go with it?
Yeah, we can't say anything on his consistency, but one thing we can say, he can deliver when it matters.
Are you saying he's the postman, Trip? Are you nicknaming him the postman?
I might very well.
Well, you just saying he always delivers. That sounded like a very postman-esque.
Not always delivers that he can deliver.
Oh, he always delivers. When he
So
wants to.
certainly for anyone playing Blob in the future, you can't think that's auto loss or whatever because he's a superior player, but you certainly cannot become complacent against player.
No,
Yes, shown at least that by now for sure.
Yeah, and like I said, I love the way he's actually built this team. It's been fantastic. A lot of one
Well, it's
dice to throw in.
cookie cutter build.
Mm-hmm.
This. I think praise or should be limited when you do everything by the book.
Yeah, but it's very rare we see
It's
it.
good to do by the book, and it's not like it's squishy side, so you have to protect your star players and essentially fight the attrition like crazy. We do not have much attrition. The only real decision he had to make whether to fire his start down players and replace them with focus.
I'm just having a look
That
from the above camera, whatever you want to call it, just to see if we can find. Don't worry, I'll be going back to the normal camera in a minute, guys. I'm just gonna see where the space is. Oh man, it just looks a mess for the dwarfs. Because he
they are
hasn't
not scoring as it is.
he hasn't got the speed ready to go down the Orcs' left flank. The right flank
He has no
seems,
receivers. He left the other runner on the bench, which is
yeah,
not a mistake,
it could
I
maybe
would say,
go.
but it affects possibilities such positioning. His blitzers are nowhere near to become scoring threats and stretch the field.
Yeah,
Uh, and you could have seen that even before the wizard. Meanwhile, Orcs can create quite easily scoring threats. They can sack the ball. It looks good for Orcs. It looks good for Orcs even if they fail to gain any advantage, because at plan minimum they already
mm,
have an advantage.
yeah, and like I said, he's got a runner on the bench. He's only gone with a one runner, so obviously he's got less speed, but he probably wanted the extra guard and stand for MP, so I can sort of get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He has too many better pieces than that runner
Yeah,
to
so
keep
I can
runner
understand.
just in case.
But it sort of does reflect his semi-final where he's come up against a very good defensive coach and he's just basically stopped him from moving. Um, I mean, here comes another pow. Oh, this is on the Troll Slayer, and he's broke armor, and oh, just a stun. If we could have got rid of that piece, that would have been huge. For people just later on, the Orcs used their Apo on a knockout, well, very early on, so that's interesting. And the Wizard has been used by Blob already for the Dwarfs. And oh, he's gone for the dodge, and he's failed. This is going to be a reroll, I'd have thought.
The, well, he should have just stood. Then from working would have
Oh dear.
no.
I thought he was
Ah,
going to go for the blitz on the
it
ball
opens
carrier.
the flank. It
It
opens the
does.
flank, which is not terrible for Shag, but I think in terms of risk reward basis, just standing up with stand firm would have
Mm.
been quite
Yep.
enough.
Yep. I agree
Because
with that.
one player would be committed to blocking him,
Yep.
uh, and if it's not a power, essentially that's it.
Yeah.
The defense of the flank is complete, and
Yeah.
that's at very low risk.
Yeah. I agree. I can see what he's trying to do, but I also agree with what you're saying. Because if it, but then again, is he worried that he could have maybe only got a one die on him instead? I don't know. It is a tackle piece. What's
He had a
the
two die
sweeper?
with Blitzer, but thing is, what Blob certainly wants is to advance that Blitzer to become scoring threat at least in several turns, because he's
Hmm.
agility free and he has only so many.
Yeah.
Where's the Blitzer? The Blitzer in backfield. He's one of three furthest players from that zone, so he essentially has just one guy.
It's gonna be interesting to
It,
see what the dwarfs do here because
they
he's
can
gonna have
risk
to.
creating a sideline cage
He's gonna have to. I think.
uh, with agility too. Well, it depends how much risk you can just try to screen
Yeah.
with Blitzer, because orcs well are faster than dwarves. I'm
Well.
not that fast, and I'm too lazy to count exactly. What? Ah! Stop! Stop!
What on earth are you going on about? Here we go. This is what he's. Oh, here comes the armor breaks again, and this time it's another KO.
Just KO.
And another one goes off the pitch, but that's a Mighty Blow guard piece. That's a big piece to lose. So that's two Strength 4 Orcs off the pitch. Now then, do the Dwarfs have a gap?
I was thinking, considering everything happening from turn 1, what's essentially the game plan for offense for Blob?
It's just to remove the players.
Because he didn't create a cage. Essentially, I have ruled out anything but just remove players, and he's, I think, quite lucky to even get those 2 kills, 3 kills. One was used with an apple.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure if that plan is working. This is a game where you need positioning victories, not removal.
But to be honest, it did this against Arzawayne, very similar. And I think he just, here it is, another armor break, and it's another KO. And I think Blob's plan is, we will, with 8 Mighty Blow pieces, will get removals, and I'm just going to stand here at the back and wait for us to get the removals, and then I will score.
Yeah, but...
And when it doesn't happen...
If you look back, when they break armor, they get removal. He's lucky on casualties. There were very few stuns. Very few stuns.
Yeah, but this is what he did against Sullivis, and this is what he did against Arzawayne. He believes he's got enough firepower to get enough pieces off the pitch so there's a gap for him to go. And I'm not knocking that. But if it doesn't happen, then he's felt to look a bit ordinary, isn't he? Because... he doesn't seem to have a plan B.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's my issue with his game plan. Well, he did well on removal side, so essentially he's getting his bare minimum of luck to have his plan A to work. But his positioning thinking, like, what I would call foresight of various scenarios which could develop if I remove this, if I don't remove this.
Yep.
I don't see this at all.
I mean, he's got another chance of taking out the ball carrier again. It would, depends how through he wants to go. He's definitely got.
I'm not exactly sure you want to, because he has stand firm pieces, even with 3 orcs out of a pitch. There are only so many degrees of freedom left for dwarves. They have 2 turns.
He's gonna go for
There's
the ball.
nothing to do. There are only 2 players of any relevancy on dwarf team right now. Runner can get within scoring range in 2 turns, and Blitzer can get in scoring range within 2 turns.
Yeah.
And Blitzer needs to do GFI and quite possibly a few dodges.
Told you. Here he goes. And I would have done exactly the same thing as Shagrath. I would have gone for the ball carrier. Try and get the ball loose.
Yeah.
Oh, it failed GFR though.
Hey, he has rerolls, not a problem.
But is it going to be double 1? It is a double 1!
Snaking is a problem.
He's pinched Ben his dice. That happened to me so
many times. And this is why I don't like that. Putting stand firm on sideline.
Yeah.
Like, I would consider plan A to be stopping, because put himself in this position. He has safety, of course, to sag the ball, but
the thing. Oh, there you go. Oh, God. The thing is, though, you can't. Oh, there's another. This is just ridiculous.
Well, unless none of them come back, then of course he did score 4 KOs, so 2 come back if he doesn't score. So essentially, Orcs would be 1 player down. So on fair dice, as you mean, fair dice. So that's something.
But
if he does score, Orcs wouldn't be any player down. So
yeah, the thing is though, it's like Tizzle just said that Snake Eyes was huge. I mean, I thought it was the right call. I mean, if you roll double 1, that'll wreck any plan. I think it was the right call. I think Blob's been a bit lucky this half. I mean, he's not really looked after the ball at all.
He's a lot lucky.
And it's just unfortunate for Shagrath to roll the double 1. I'm sure the Troll Slayer's going to have a blast here, and he does. and he takes this down, and I would imagine he will not be piling on.
Yeah, he has to
He has to
tag
tag.
Weber, yeah. Because
But why go there? Why go there? Why doesn't he go over here to protect the ball carrier? Did he not have enough movement? That's the only thing I could think
he
of.
had only one
Did he? Right.
safe
But again, you get.
movement.
I just. You've got all these players' advantage, and you're still giving up a potential one-die block on your ball carrier. Just...
Well, I kind of sort of agree. I wouldn't bash Blobber for this decision making. I would certainly bash Shag for
There we go.
not accounting for possibility of snaking when he could have accounted for it.
Finally,
And this,
Shagraf gets some luck.
yeah,
Oh, go on then. There
and
you go. Lovely.
oh, that's huge. That's huge.
I like to see
You got
shit
the
like
upper
that.
that. You got the upper that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, his luck finally runs out. I really am happy for Shag there, because I just thought, you know what, you have tempted Nuffle almost all first half to get that bloody runner slapped with AV7, and finally this time no double one to save him, and well played Shag. And all of a sudden now the Dwarfs are in a problem to score. But, you know, in a way...
I wouldn't say that well played, Shag.
Why?
I think I would say it's fair played because he screwed himself with bad luck and got away out of it with good luck. When he could,
you
could
can't,
have not bet on good luck at all.
you cannot criticise for rolling a double one. Surely not.
I can criticize when you can do something about avoiding risk of double ones and doing nothing about it. So that's the point I'm criticizing. When you can actually do something about rolling double ones by not rolling some dice and playing safe, especially at this point of the game, and yet taking risks.
Oh, he's getting a scoring threat. Fantastic.
He must.
Lovely. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like you say, you know, well, it's bad play, but then you're sticking up for the Dwarfs who are giving it a one die shot at the ball. It's like he should have had a shot at the ball.
Dwarfs do not deserve any sympathy. Dwarfs certainly do not deserve any sympathy because they failed to score in a drive where they removed 4 Orc players.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about positioning and essentially foresight and whatnot.
Yeah, well, that's big. Come on, this Orc.
If you can't comfortably score removing 4 players, how many removals do you need? How many?
Oh, that's beautiful for the Orcs. Means he'll have to make a dodge. Now he needs to shut down this Orc blitzer. Surely he's going to do that before he tries to pick the ball up. Oh, wow. He's going for the attrition.
Well, why not?
Can he still...
Spawn. He can protect the ball with stand firm.
Do you know what? I thought...
I wouldn't say that's bad. I wouldn't say... Yeah, just get on the ball, you have some firm on the ball. And,
yeah. I thought, for some bizarre reason, I thought this was 10-7. That's why I thought, why is he not going to try and score? But the thing is, though, it might work out better for him if none of these KOs come back.
Yeah, KOs can certainly screw Shag now, but
I can't see how he's going to get
Shag
the ball.
is in a good position. Shag is in a good position.
Can he try something funky
Especially
here?
if Blob doesn't change his game plan, because, well, he did fail to score with his game plan working. He went for removals and he got the removals. Shaq just was better in making that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At this point, Shag is clearly outplaying Blob in terms of well, essentially skill in Blood Bowl, regardless of dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was unlucky to snake. Yeah, he was lucky to get a power on ball carrier
Oh,
with
there's a
dodges
knockout.
and whatnot.
So the Orcs are starting to get a bit of attrition now themselves. That's 2 knockouts. Both
Yeah,
coaches have used the rappos.
on
So,
Jedi's there will be 11 dwarfs anyways.
no, that's not right either.
I mean,
So,
sure, Nuffle can screw both coaches with KO
yeah.
rolls in many ways, but
Yeah, I
that's
can't.
Nuffle.
I just
You
can't. Oh, red die. Yeah, I like the idea of trying to push it onto the ball, but not going to happen, and have one of these in your face. And that is half time. So it's 0-0. It's been proper attrition stuff, hasn't it? Really attrition stuff on these two teams. Not
It's a
much
really
fancy
interesting
play.
game.
It is.
It's really interesting game. Some people do not like games like that. Ooh, sweet.
Ooh, one dwarf comes back.
3 orcs removed, which means 2 orcs are not
Yeah,
on the pitch.
yeah.
9 players.
Well, we
And
did
no
touch.
defensive touchdown. Now, if and 1 orc will have to carry the ball, so even going ultra aggressive, there would be like effectively 8 orcs available for bashing,
Yeah,
and versus 11 dwarfs, only 2 of which are not built to bash,
yeah,
but they can still provide assist and whatnot.
yeah. I'm
Blob
saying,
can still win this.
oh, absolutely.
Essentially, with his plan A, just do what you did. I can see that working. I see no reason it couldn't work.
Yeah. I'm just
Just
getting.
mate, if you get that plan to work, make sure Orcs do not score with 3 players, because you have to think a bit further ahead, which has been an issue in first half.
Yeah, I think the dwarfs have just got to position well. If they position well, then they've got a big chance of winning this. Some would
Yeah,
say
yeah.
they're favourites to win it now, because obviously them removals not coming back makes it a lot harder for Shagraf now.
I would say they are slight favorites to win, not because of coach composition, not because of team composition, but essentially how much skill both coaches have shown in first half. I can
Right.
see Shag dealing with more unorthodox situations than Blob can.
Mm.
And well, it's not fair, and if that happens, we would call Shag lucky. It would be luck enabled by skill.
Mm. Yeah, he's been looking there. He was hoping that ball would bounce onto the dwarf side, so it'd be a lot easier. But at least the ball is in a safe-ish position if he can pick the bloody thing up. I'm just gonna grab my coffee so something crazy about to
Yeah,
happen now.
I will take a short toilet break as well.
You go with they can watch it while we just
Yeah,
running
yeah.
repairs. So while he's gone to the toilet, I've just got myself another coffee. Only had 2 hours sleep, so coffee in hand, and I'm going back to the game. And let's see how this second half's gonna unfold. What have I missed? Ooh, a blitz over there. Yeah, this is obviously, without sounding Captain Obvious, this pickup is huge, and he picks it up beautifully on a 6. So I like this from him. He knows he's down on numbers. He's trying to make, obviously, some sort of move down the left. And if we have a look from the aerial view, as you can see, these 2 players, they'll be out of it. So these 2 can come across, as we just see that. Oh, just a push.
Back.
Interestingly, he's not taking standard arm here. But obviously, with his lack of numbers, he's trying to get some sort of like side cage down here. And
Shag is aggressive.
Yeah, he's
trying not to make the mistake Blob made, and they have an option to score at will.
Yeah, he's going to obviously try and come down the left flank, because obviously two of the dwarfs are going to be out of action because they're right on the Shag's right hand side.
Blob can deal with this.
He can. He sure can.
But 4 players for 2 blitzers, that might be a bit too much.
Yeah, I'm just thinking he's showing to. I mean, the only thing I'd say about Blob at the moment is his positionals. I'll be interested to see what he does. But saying that, he does have the numbers, so he's obviously thinking, I'm just going to lock them down. So that obviously the dice are in my favour.
Yeah.
That troll slay is still. I mean, if that troll can hold a few plays up, though, that'd be a bonus. Saying that, here comes a troll slayer. And here we go. Bang.
I guess it's just to gain more numbers. Surely he would pile on.
No, he do pile on there, but he has.
No. Really, Bernie. Really.
Do not pile on there. He didn't need to.
That's attrition. He didn't need to, but he didn't need to be standing as well because he has locked down that side. You need to commit just enough numbers and clever positioning on the right side, which he's not doing.
This is interesting. He could. You know what? I'd be tempted to go down the right now. I know Orcs are very quick, but if that troll could maybe get rid of that dwarf, that'd free up the other Black Orc. I know it's risky when you're using learners, but man, that is tempting. There is something on here, and the Shagrath already is.
I can't really say. I can't say Blob did not foresee this, so I cannot guarantee this is not according to his plan, but certainly what looks best from Shagrath's position.
Yeah. I think the troll's key here. If the troll can get rid of this Longbeard, that would free up another Black Orc. And that's why I think he might.
Strength?
Well, I can't see what. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will do. Yeah, because he's got the assist from the Black Orc, so he's strength 6, so he's fine. But it's the troll, isn't it? I mean, the troll's got block. What he doesn't want to see go stupid for a start, but he needs to. Unless he blitzes with a Black Orc, and he's decided that is a lot much. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's still good though. It's still good. One less to deal with. So it's going to be a bit risky, but he likes this. He's thinking, you know what, this looks good. And Shagrath, as good a coach he is.
Surely Troll would have to block the runner.
Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, but he doesn't get it done.
Yeah,
I would be dodging and dodging these blitzers now, trying to do something with them. I mean, you got the extra reroll from kickoff, so you know you've got that reroll. Or you could just try and knock him out of the way.
No. You don't dodge them. You sacrifice them to mercy of Nuffle. They are holding back 3 dwarfs. That's good value. And 2 Black Orcs are holding the other 2 Shaggers around or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, them 3 dwarfs are just about out of position anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, but Orcs are not scoring next turn.
I don't know.
Only 2 blitzers.
Yeah. I think he'll be trying to score pretty quick.
They are not in range. This is by definition.
No, they're not. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if them blitzers could have got around them, what would have been a 3+3+ with a reroll? They could have even tagged the runners up. I just think that could have been. I
I'm
know.
not sure if that's enough valuable, but you can see two orcs are holding three dwarfs even without going down.
Mm,
It's good. It's good because well, Shag is still at mercy of luck.
yeah.
That runner could have just one dice him, and Shag would
Mm.
again have to make some blocks he cannot afford to fail.
Oh, here we
And with
go.
sidestep. To boot.
See, the way I look at that is one guy didn't want to dodge, the other guy took the dodge, and the guy who took the dodge is rewarded by Nuffle for his bravery.
It's smart by Blobby because even if he failed the dodge, he still has blotch step, not allowing a dodge for ball carrier, so it's all still quite good.
Yeah,
And there are no orcs in range to deal with problems because black orcs
yeah,
are having their value.
yeah, I agree, Mad Hells. That's what I'd be doing. But this is the problem. These two blitzers could have been in the middle of the field now. What could have given assist to the guy with the ball? He decided to do the trip advice and just hold three dwarfs up. What I can see where Trip's coming from, but the problem now is he has no cavalry to help him, and that to me is a major issue because these dwarfs would have been in play this turn. Where his orcs now, if they'd have been in the middle, that guy who just did the blitz would have had to have done a dodge, what wasn't guaranteed. And even if he'd have
If he
done,
wants to go full crazy, he can one die blitz with ball carrier level 2 runner who gets tagged by Black Orc, dodge from the other runner who is still tagged by another orc, and
but you
have
see,
a reasonable potato because, well,
it
it would force Blob to dodge again.
But
and if he doesn't, orcs still have most of his team tied up if he has no recovery.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have had to done all this if he'd have just done with his orc blitzers and got him into support. Instead of getting stuck up with three dwarfs, he could have had them on the middle of the pitch. Would have been a lot safer and a lot more easier. And I don't even think this is a blitz. I think this is just a push, isn't it?
Yeah, because he already blitzed and got.
Of course he did, yeah.
Thousandfold.
Oh God, I don't like that either.
I don't like this.
But this all comes down to.
I think Shag played himself here.
I know he's listened to you. That's what he's done. That's where he's got himself into trouble with these two blitzers. He should have listened to good old Bernie.
He didn't listen to me completely. I have a risky plan in my head, but he didn't.
Hashtag blame Trip if it goes wrong. Blame Trip if it goes wrong. Blame me if it goes right. That's the rules. Oh dear.
And that's.
Oh dear. He's got it the second time.
And that's a shitty roll to spend a reroll on.
Well, we all know JFR.
Because that's just to avoid double dice on ball carrier.
Yeah. Oh, Hells, me and Triple A this all the time. It's just outstanding it took this long for us to both argue. Yeah, I mean, you're right there. I mean, that I can see why he's done that JFI. Obviously, he doesn't want...
He needed that.
Yeah,
but he
so we could understand that.
He didn't commit to potato play. I'm not sure if he decided that late or...
It's a bit of a messy game now. But one thing what I always forget to mention is it is the final. So there's massive pressure on both these coaches. You think Shagrath might have...
It's massive pressure at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's a good point. Shagrath, the Orc player, he started this game at 4 o'clock in the morning. It is now, God, what time we're looking at now? Almost 5 where he is. So, you know, he's in the final and it's like 5 in the morning. But pressure can get you in the final. I mean, that's why Shagrath has the advantage because he's been in the final before, where obviously Blobs hasn't.
Yeah, but Shag so far has shown loss of composure. Well,
exactly.
I'm not sure about last turn, but it doesn't look like it's affecting him.
No. Shag is a pretty cool customer, so... It'll be interesting to see how the dwarfs go about this. And that is
Uh,
interesting.
uh, yeah, yeah. I was thinking you need that because that's the only way to provide
Yep.
God.
Yep. I like that. I like that a lot.
And he has tons of rerolls. When I played Dwarfs, I usually just go with two rerolls from the start just because of how stable of the team they are.
The problem is though, he's dodged him, but he's getting 2 assists now because obviously the Blackhawk. Oh no, what am I doing?
The Dodge runner would make the
He's gonna
blitz.
have to, isn't he? He's gonna have to dodge with a
Yeah,
runner.
there's no
Yeah.
other option. There's no other option.
But if he
Hopefully
fails
pick up
it,
with same runner.
nope, he's not
What are you
even.
doing?
What are you doing? Interesting play, I must admit. So he had the dodge built in. I mean, maybe he
I
didn't
mean,
want.
now it's very easy for Shaq to make a decent potato. He just needs to knock that runner who's doing nothing
Yeah,
with his Blackhawk. Quite likely that runner will try to dodge as well. So
that's an
that kind of helps.
very interesting play. There was a one die on what was a lot easier than what he's done. Oh man. But this is it, you see, questions were mentioned about him before the game, like if he doesn't get the removals, how good is Blob? And his positioning's been interesting to say the least. I just get Shagrath has the better grasps on the positioning at the moment, and he's tried to dodge
Much
with a long
better.
beard. And yeah,
I think, well, I didn't see much of Blob play, but in this particular game,
mm,
I see Shag outpositioning him by significant margin.
and he's got a big
And
chance now.
that's the
Clear that runner.
reality.
Sacrifice the Lanark as he
Knock out
has.
the runner, knock down the blitzer, dodge with your
Oh, he hasn't
blitzer
gone.
for a potato.
Why? Oh my
Wrong
word!
direction, wrong
What?
direction.
Why didn't he? Why did he not use the Blackhawk? The Blackhawk would have pushed him out the way, and then oh my word!
It's Shagraf's brain. Well, you can still blitz
Oh,
with blitzer.
what's he
Knock.
doing? Oh my word! This is a
Ah,
nightmare. Oh my god! Oh no! What is he doing? Does nobody want to win this game?
Shagraf's brain is fried. Shagraf's brain is
And
fried.
we can't even blame Trip this time.
He can still blitz the runner if he knocks it down. He can still potato.
Oh, but he's made it
Uh,
so hard for himself. That runner should not
but
even be in
it will
play now.
be an at least an
Oh
okay.
dear.
He's playing it
Oh,
safe,
that's big.
which is I
That's big.
guess
Thick skull saves
yeah.
him though. Oh man, he's made
Okay,
such a
so
deal
I
of that.
think I see the picture. Shagraf is playing clear, just essentially making that sideline his own until he has better
Yeah, but oh man,
position. But I don't think attrition favors him.
no, I
At
don't.
least until somebody scores and his skills get another chance to come back.
I mean, I know it's like 5 a.m. there, but I'm just. I feel like I'm probably roughly about the same as him because I've only had 2 hours sleep. So I'm just trying to think what
You
the.
certainly sound like a guy who woke up too early.
Yeah, I did. Here we go. I don't know. I hate going against what Shag does because Shag is an awesome coach, but I just think he's made a right meal of this. I thought the dwarf made the right meal of this, but I think the orcs have made even more of a meal of this.
Yeah, that's a surf. That's a very easy surf. Shaq put his player into.
Oh, that's
So
just
that's another guaranteed removal. That's a
pure
guaranteed removal.
filth. That's what that is. But here, I have one of these KOs to at
Ah,
least help him out there. That's quite big.
now I see there's a value dodging in that flank and making a receiver from there.
Yes,
Now
Trippers
that's a value.
finds out that dodging orcs could be a good thing now. I would have
They are
probably put
always a
that.
good thing. You have
I
to
would
have that
I'd have
flank.
put that dwarf longbeard
Okay.
one to the
Yeah,
left.
yeah. Just to avoid that dodging.
But hey, what do we know?
Because his movement one, it's not like you will
Yeah.
position
Right,
him to.
here comes the Surf, and he's duly going to get punished. Shagrath knew this was going to happen. He sacrificed his Orc. And the crowd, dearie me, crowd, that was pathetic. Didn't even do anything. That play deserved a beating more than he got. He got a tickle. Here comes the
Doesn't
2-die.
matter. Value is still good.
And you know what? As much as
I don't like standing firm. I don't like standing
that's
firm.
beautiful. As much as I love Shagrath, he deserved everything he got there.
Yeah,
he got
certainly.
like I said in the first half when he deserved it. The dwarf guy got it. Shagrath, that was poor play. Really poor play.
I think last 1.5 turns were below par from what he can achieve.
Oh yeah, it's
ball sack is still quite probable because you can get your ball carrier with that free tackle piece.
I think
dodge is not an issue, but
if he doesn't
shag
get
is a lot more.
If he don't get the ball loose next turn, dwarfs win this. I think that's how much of a cock up that was. I mean, the thing is, like you say, you know, we knuffle and dice.
No. That's important.
That's lovely. The dwarfs getting the momentum.
Lovely.
I would not pile on. Don't pile on there. Oh, do not pile on there. You will upset.
That's good value. Just facing that
there
guy.
We go. Oh, and he's gone for the
GFI. Well, I see. I wouldn't say that's not smart, but you have the advantage now. You might be confident in your scoring skills. I'm not.
He should have just left. Oh man, my head's hurting now. They're starting to hurt my head.
You will need about 3 rolls for extra time.
This ain't going to extra time. If he doesn't get this ball loose this turn, the dwarfs win. Guarantee you. Unless he does something stupid.
Nice, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's done for.
Oh, this is a good game. Oh, nice bit of push in there.
I'm not sure he needed.
Nice bit of stamp there. I don't even have a clue anymore.
Well, I think depending on how blocks go,
here we go.
Dodging with that guy would have been.
But again, you see, Stanfirm's coming key there. Stanfirm's coming key.
Does he need a 1 die? Yes, 1 die would be good because that would mean no dodge. And
but he's
ball second.
No, he's gonna maybe go. It goes the other way instead. Okay, I can sort of understand why he's done that.
Playing safe.
I mean,
no follow-up?
No, he's going to try and reinforce that side, isn't he? See, this is why I didn't like this dwarf Longbeard, where, you know, when we said he should have been one across to stop the dodges, it would have also mean the Black Orc might have took a different path. Or might have opened a bit of a space.
Yeah, this must work. And you have to create your scoring threats now. You have to dodge.
Oh, there's a
1 die free up. Yeah, even easier.
There's a big hole now.
Should have followed up.
There's a huge hole if you can get the dice to.
He's free. He has scoring threat.
Will he see it? Will he be listening to Trip and take his advice? Always a dangerous thing to listen to Trip. But he may have something this time.
Well, he certainly did the less safe block in hope for moving that guy. I think he's thinking if it's better as a sweeper or as a scoring threat.
Yeah.
Either way, if that's a scoring threat, he takes one of dwarfs out, so it helps threatening the ball carrier.
I mean, the thing is,
he makes a sweeper, it helps him not to lose.
I mean, this blitzer on the floor, you'd just be tempted to stand him up because he got to stand firm. He could hold up 2 orcs.
Just move already.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the connection issues because I think the clock was frozen. Yeah.
Does that saying that? Yeah, that's good. That's what I would have done. That now makes it a bit more awkward for the dwarfs.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit more value to have him as scoring threat because it would have as blob I would have had one player to mark him up, and that would mean either way a loss in his offensive potential.
There we go. Sorry, Sam. I took the skills off a minute just to have a look at something. I forgot to put them back on. But yeah, a lot of the blitzers do have stand firm. Stand firm, such a beautiful skill. Oh, but that's huge. And he's already used his apple, so this is not coming back. The dwarfs have got one of their chubby little feet.
Well, it doesn't matter if Fox score or if they had scoring threat to win the game easily.
Here comes the blitz.
But if it's overtime, it matters.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is, or is it? He's got to stand firm.
Not well.
He's got very.
Why would you need that for dodge?
Well, no, he doesn't need to for dodge because he can now move.
Yeah, but he could still dodge without reroll.
Yeah, but he's probably thinking.
2 out of 3 to still have that reroll.
Yeah,
and
but
he's now closer to scoring.
I don't. You know what? I don't mind that.
He has only 1 reroll.
I don't mind that.
Well, Shag has 3.
Where's he?
He's going for overtime, and yeah,
he's not. He's making a push down the left. There's a little dwarf blitzer who looks like Father Christmas saying, "I'm open, give it to me." He's gonna run down this flank, and the Longbeard's gonna help him.
Shag can still win this in regular time.
He can go for 4+ dodge with a Black Orc. Yes. Fortune favours the brave. And that stand firm's going to come beautiful here now for the dwarf blitzer. One thing these two teams are showing is this stand firm is awesome.
Oh, both teams have stand firm.
Exactly, it's awesome, isn't it? It's such an annoying skill. Look at that, you ain't going nowhere.
Especially in such a matchup where positioning is important. I do not like this.
Nope. I know what he's trying to do, but I think that would have been a reroll if he'd have failed that. And he has got 3, to be fair. Now, is he going to go as a sweeper? Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, the dwarfs can. I mean, he's going to get. That troll's going to have to do something. Oh, chain push. Nice. Troll Slayer, what you said should have been the main tag. Oh, Karka's stand firm, isn't it? He was the guy you said at the beginning of the show he should try and get rid of the Troll Slayer because obviously he is their main killer. Hasn't worked out like that.
Yeah, because Shaq dealt with him by pure positioning. He wasn't effective. He had like 2 or 3 good blocks at starting of drives, and that's it. And then he's dealt with.
There's a huge chance for this runner.
Just mark the blitzer, Jesus.
There's just one Orc blitzer in his way of glory. But the troll does beautiful. Boom, have a bit of that. So the troll and the Black Orc.
Do you go risky now and mark the ball carrier with Stanford?
Oh, it's a failed GFI. Trip doesn't like this move. Trip doesn't like it. He hates it.
Jesus.
I don't mind that.
Your rerolls.
Oh, the thing is though, you know what? I don't like this.
And
if this blitzer goes down, he's in trouble.
I see little value. He's playing high risk, high reward, but I'm not sure the reward is that high here.
Maybe that's
he can just dodge and pass and.
It's easy said than done because he's going to go through quite a few tackle zones. But if the dwarves can get rid of this stand firm blitzer out, he can go right round, pass it to the dwarf blitzer, and he's running all the way down with his little legs, with 3 turns to go for a TD. That was
real sweeper.
There isn't anymore. There's no sweeper. He's used his sweeper to try and.
Yeah.
Oh, this is huge. This other runner, if he gets this blitzer down, Oh, what's he
What are you
doing?
doing?
Oh my
You want to
fucking...
lose this game.
What's going on?
He's playing for overtime now for sure. He's committed to that.
My head's starting to hurt. My
Well,
head's hurting, Trip. My head's starting to hurt now.
it's
Why?
I would say that's optional. That's optional. It's not strictly a mistake.
What do you mean he's...
It's
Oh,
a
just...
decision.
Look at that, he's got the power as well. If he'd have done that first, he could have gone round, handed it off, 3+. You won the fucking game. Oh my god. Awful
You
player.
can still win this.
Yeah,
You
but
can
he's...
still win this. It's not losing mistake. It's just
It's not losing...
win the game fair.
It's let's just dodge all the way through. Oh my word. Here he goes. Dodges all the way through. He'll be saying, Bernie, that was no problem.
Yeah. And he's in a good position.
Oh my god.
No break tackle on Troll.
But surely if he'd used it the other way, with the blitzer,
No way to avoid guard.
just
Yeah.
he could have got himself into a much better position.
True. But
'Cause
he's in a good position still, so.
Yeah, but if he'd have lost the ball there, compared to losing the ball over here, that could have been dangerous. That could have, given the Yorks a chance of winning this. But
True.
luckily, he's made the dodge.
But that's preying on Nuffle, which is never reliable.
See, the problem is he's got now is I can't see. Yeah, the Troll is he's got.
Troll will be free.
And this is the problem when you sent the blitzer up there, isn't it?
I know he's not free, Stanford.
Yep.
No, Troll is not free.
But he's gonna have to dodge.
Yeah, but why not just simply block? Because Troll is stupid. That's why no blocking on Troll. No, I guess.
Well,
so.
This Lanark's gonna have to dodge.
He has to dodge.
You would think, and he does, and that's a big dodge. Oh my word! And then the field
Why
GFI.
do GFI? Jesus.
He didn't need to, did he?
I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to mark. Yeah, but
the thing is
it worth a reroll?
Well, he had 2, so I suppose for Shag now it's desperation, isn't it?
Overtime. If everything goes well, he's in overtime.
Yeah.
Do you want to win this, or you want to go Blob's way and try not to lose?
I can see why he did it, but it's not going to be hard to. I see why he did it, because then obviously they're going to probably have to blitz the Lanark, so that means at least they'll have a 1 die on the ball carrier. So I don't mind it. I just think it's unfortunate that yet again a GFI fails.
1 die with tackle.
Oh, you might as well pile on.
Reroll.
Yeah, there we go. Let's have a pile on the troll. Let's kill it.
Yeah,
let's kill the troll.
On. Yeah.
Ah, rubbish.
Ineffective. He did this too few times to be of real value.
So we should see a blitz, and obviously this lineup does not have Stanford, so.
Not a blitz.
Yeah, he'll blitz with.
No.
He's got a blitz with a runner, not the runner. Sorry, the blitzer.
Blitzer.
After he slapped this Blackhawk.
Yeah.
And then, as long as he frees the other dwarf, he'll probably do a GFI because hey, that's what we've been doing.
To tag where the dwarf would quite likely tag.
See, I like. Well, I did like that until he went to the near. Oh, he's got side steps.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
And that does enough to push him out the way.
And tag the blitzer, so you have to make a dodge. And successful 1 die.
Yeah.
And
at least the blitzer does have tackle.
You would still be in range.
Oh, this will be his last reroll if he uses it.
Okay.
He lets it go. What a champ.
Why?
He lets the GF. He's only got 1 reroll. Oh no, he's got no rerolls. He has no rerolls, so he had to let it go.
No rerolls. Yeah.
There's me thinking, what a very, well done play to reserve your last reroll, but he's only used it.
Yeah,
wow.
but that GFI was worth it.
This is it. This is the game right here. He needs a power or a blodge pow, and he gets a skull followed
That's
by a
enough.
skull, and that is disastrous for Shagrath. And we have a
Yeah,
finals
a
winner,
new champion.
the dwarfs of the blobs, the blobs
Well
dwarfs.
done, Blob. No, no, PC crew will bash
Now,
PS4 to no
now,
end.
don't, whatever you do, don't foul like it was on the Xbox final 1016 foul. Don't work, and there we go. In the end, it was only 12 armor breaks. It felt a lot more armor breaks than that. Both
It
teams.
wasn't. It was a lot of removals. He was lucky with removals.
Well, yeah, I mean, 56 blocks v 55 there. The dwarfs
Let me
had a
see.
lot of possession. A lot of possession did the dwarfs. They dominated that. And it's interesting. Dwarfs yet again. Well, I wouldn't say steamroll, but they got the better of the orcs. And then knockouts not coming back. That was huge.
You have to be lucky to be a champion, and he didn't have enough skill to pull through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one-dimensional plan, but it worked, and he had luck as plan B.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, credit where credit's due. And yeah, that at the end there, one dice skull, that's horrid.
I mean, come on, even Sergel has won the PS4 Champions Cup. Well, why
You
not
d-
Blob?
you don't rate Sega very much. You don't rate Sega very much, do you? So I'm not going into that. I think you do need a good coach.
It's to wake you up. It's to
Oh, I
wake you
do,
up.
mate. I won't wake me up.
No issue with Sergel. Sergel has proven time and time again.
You've heard it here first. Trip
Certainly,
Sergel here. If he
certainly.
you know what? If he listens to this stream, I'll get blamed for it. Even though you said it, I'll get blamed for it. You see blame me for everything.
Good.
Everything in this world that you see blame me for, by the sounds of it. Anything that could possibly go wrong, it's me. So hey, I should be used to it by now. I get blamed by everybody.
Yeah.
The life of an admin. But yeah, there we go then, guys. So we have a new champion. I don't even know if this guy's actually got a team for next season. What would be a shame because we it's a shame when the champions don't come back and defend the crown. But he did it well. He beat Sullivan, who was one of the favourites to win it. He then went ahead and beat Azawin, and now he's going to beat Shagrath. So he's done it the hard way. So congratulations to the dwarfs, and that's the second time a dwarf team has won it on the PS4. So
especially in times when everyone is complaining about claw and dwarves.
Yeah. He went against Claw, against the Necro, and against Sullivan's Chorf, so he went through all that. And he's like I say, his team came through quite healthy, didn't it? Like you said earlier, there's not many holes in the team. He only had the one Troll Slayer, but apart from that, it was pretty good. So there we go.
Well, because he went for Cookie Cutter, he has tons of guard, and he has Mighty Blow to keep up. Claw teams never have just as much, so it's impetus on Claw time. The teams can get removals first.
Yeah, and that's it.
Have advantage.
And that's it. When you've got 8 Mighty Blow pieces, when most of the hits you're going to do are from Mighty Blow, even with Arm and Arn, it's eventually going to tell. And if you've got Stand Firm as well, and they can't disengage from you, then you're going to get a free hit. And that's what his game plan's been on: is mark up, stay there, and get as many hits with Mighty Blow as possible. And it's worked. It's worked brilliantly. And fair play to him.
He was not very deep in his dwarf play, but this is certainly a good way to play dwarves, and one could certainly show this game to new dwarf coaches and say, hey, look, this is what your normal gameplay should be.
Yeah. It's like I say, it's good. It's good. But anyway, guys, that's us done. So there is our champion. Unlucky to Shagrath and his orcs, but very well done to Blobskill and his dwarfs. Thanks for Trip to keeping me company. Thanks very much, buddy. And
Thanks
remember
to waking up.
Yeah, don't forget. World
he was
Cup,
quite
isn't
salty on using GMT as the time setting. Please use UTC next time.
I always
for
get,
people scheduling.
Always gets it, doesn't it? But obviously there will be a Nuffle Shuffle show maybe tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about the World Cup and having a look at who has the potential to make the World Cup Invitational, and obviously talk about a few of the leagues who will be offering the chance to get yourself one of those 64 tickets, because obviously this time round the consoles on the Xbox and the PS4 have chances to win tickets, what's fantastic. So that means they can take on the best of the PC, and God help the PC if a console player wins it. They all may have to, rage quit Blood Bowl, who knows, we will see. But thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Take care and good luck in your Blood Bowl. Bye bye.